Hi, welcome back to my tutorial on how to intuitively solve the Rubik's Cube. I'm Robert from www.completethecube.com, and this is lesson 4, completing the second layer. If you've been following the videos, which I highly encourage, you have now finished the entire white side of the cube along with the short T's on all four sides of the cube. If you haven't reached this point, I highly suggest you go back to the videos and get to this point before moving on. So the first thing you want to do in solving the second layer is flip the cube over so now the white side is on the bottom and the yellow side is on the top. Now the reason you want to do this is you're going to be using these four top edge pieces to solve the second layer of the cube, and this just makes solving the second layer a lot easier. The next thing you want to notice is that the four edge pieces in the middle and the four edge pieces on the top are the only pieces that you're going to be dealing with. The four on the bottom have already been solved and you're not going to be touching those. The next thing you want to know is that middle edge pieces with yellow on them belong on the top layer, and middle edge pieces that do not have yellow in them belong on the second layer. The reason this is the yellow is the top layer, so every middle edge that has yellow in it belongs here. Everything else belongs in the middle, second layer. So that'll help in understanding how to solve the second layer. There's only going to be two different algorithms that you need to use. There's going to be a left edge algorithm and a right edge algorithm. And I'll go into details of how to use each of these algorithms. And after you solve them a few times, it'll be very intuitive, and hopefully you won't need to memorize these algorithms after you're done. So let's move on to the next section. Okay, so now let's determine which algorithm we need to use to solve the second layer. There's actually two algorithms. One is the left edge algorithm and one is the right edge algorithm. They are actually mirror images of each other, so really it's only one algorithm. First, let's go over how to determine which one to use, and to do that, let's look at the top layer middle edges. Look for a middle edge piece that does not have yellow in it, such as this one, this blue-red. Next thing you want to do is align the front face to the center. So this is a red front face, so you want to align it to the red center. So let's do that. Okay, so now it's aligned to the red center. Let's determine where this piece goes. This piece will either go on this edge or this edge. In this case, the red-blue edge belongs on the left side. So that means you do the left algorithm. So let's look at another case, such as this blue-green piece that has non-yellow in it. So let's align this to the green side so that the front face matches the green center. Now let's look where it's located. So this is the green-red, so it does not belong here. It belongs on the right side. So this piece belongs here, which means you would do the right algorithm. Next, I'll show you the left and right algorithm notations. Okay, so now let's do a demonstration on the left edge algorithm. To do that, let's look at this blue-red edge. And the first thing you want to do is, like I said earlier, you want to align the front face to the color that it is. So this is red. Let's align it to the red center. Okay, now it's aligned to the red center. Let's determine where this piece belongs. The blue-red belongs on the left edge. That tells you that you need to use the left algorithm. If this piece belonged on the right, then you would use the right algorithm. So let's demonstrate what the left algorithm is. In algorithm notation, the left edge algorithm is upper inverse, left, upper inverse, left, upper, front, inverse. So let's demonstrate that in action. do upper inverse, left inverse, upper inverse, left, upper, front, upper, front inverse. So now you've moved that blue-red piece that was up here over here. Next, I'll go over how to use the right edge algorithm. Okay, so previously I showed you how to use the left algorithm. Now let's go over how to use the right edge algorithm. To do that, let's look at this green-orange piece. So now let's align this green-orange piece so that the green matches the front face, like this. Next, locate where this green-orange piece goes. It goes on the right side. So that means you need to do the right algorithm. Now the right algorithm in algorithm notation is upper, right inverse, upper inverse, front inverse, upper inverse, front. So let's see that in action. Upper, right, upper, right inverse, upper inverse, front inverse, upper inverse, front. So now you see you've put the orange-green piece that was up here down into the correct position without messing anything up. The next thing I'll show you is how to do both of these algorithms without having to memorize them and intuitively show you how to do them. Okay, so now let's show you how to intuitively solve the middle edge pieces on the second layer without having to memorize the left and the right algorithm. I personally don't memorize it myself. I just like to figure it out intuitively. So once you understand what you need to do, it'll make it much easier. So do the same thing as you did previously. Align the middle edge piece so that the front matches the center, like this. Determine where the piece goes, and in this case it belongs on the left side. So what you need to do is put this piece so it's on the opposite side of where it belongs. So this belongs on the left. Let's rotate the top so it's on the opposite side. When you do it correctly, this top color is the opposite side of the color. So this is opposite of blue. So that's done correctly. The next thing you need to do is you need to move the corner piece up to the top. Now the reason you want to do that is you want to bring this corner piece up to avoid it being messed up. So if you were to just put this piece here, you'd mess this corner piece up. So what we're really going to do is move this piece up, align it to this piece, move this piece back in and back down. So if you do it that way, you'll put both of the pieces back in the correct position. So let's demonstrate how this works. And by the way, this is exactly the same as the left algorithm, but this time I'm just going to show you what you're really doing. So let's move this piece so it's up here. To do that, let's move this up, take it out, and then move this back down. Then move the top back over. Now you've moved this piece right here. So let's show you that again. You move this piece up here, you go like this, up, move it away, move this back down, and then move it back. So now you've moved this piece back here. So that's the first part. The next part is you want to align this corner piece so it matches with this edge piece that you put over here. So all you have to do that is rotate the front face so that is now matched up. So also notice what you're doing when you rotate this front face. You rotate it and you now have positioned this so that if you turn this in, you put it into place. So let's go and show you that again. So let's move the front face over and then turn this piece back in and move it back to the front. So that's basically it. Let's go over it one more time and we'll do it on the other side. So align this so it's on the orange side. Orange, yellow, or orange, green goes on the left. So put this on the right. Bring this corner piece to the top. You brought that here. Align this piece to this piece by removing the front face. At the same time you've rotated this side up. Now all you have to do is put the two pieces that are already together back in the front in the correct position and rotate the front face back down. So now you've put this piece in with the correct corner piece. Okay, so there's one more piece. Let's show you the same thing. It's already where it needs to be. It's on the orange side. Now it needs to go on the right side this time. So it's on the right, put it on the opposite side so that blue is opposite blue. Then take this corner piece and put it up. So to do that, you bring it up, take it out, bring this back down. Now this, all you did is move this piece over here. Bring this back over, and now this piece is right here where you want it to be. Now you need to align this with the piece that you put over there. Turn it over. At the same time you've rotated this so this is ready to be slid in. Put it in and turn the front face back to its original position. And voila, you've done it correctly again. If you aligned it without messing up any of the pieces. So this is complete except for this one piece. If you noticed, the top pieces all have yellow in it now. That means you actually have to take this piece out and put it back in. And I'll show you how to do that in the next step. Okay, now you know how to do the left edge algorithm and the right edge algorithm, both in algorithm notation and how to do it intuitively. So now you may run into a problem where you have brought all your middle edge pieces down and you still have not completed the second layer. In this case, you have all yellow in your top middle edge pieces, such as this. So all your middle edge pieces have yellow in them. So that means either you've completed the second layer or that the rest of the pieces are actually still in the second layer. So if you have this problem, you just have to do the exact same algorithm again. So you don't have to learn anything new, which is great news. All you have to do is use what you've already learned. The strategy behind it is basically you want to take the piece out of the second layer and swap it with a yellow piece that's on the top layer. And then once you bring this piece up to the top and this down here, you just put that piece back in where it correctly belongs. So let's demonstrate how this will work. So let's bring this orange-blue piece to the top and we'll swap it with this blue-yellow piece. So to do that, we'll bring this corner piece to the top, like I've shown you many times before. Bring it up, bring it out, bring it down, bring it back over. And then we'll match this corner piece up to this blue-yellow piece that we want to put in. And then we'll put it back in and rotate the front back down. So now we've brought that yellow piece over here. And at the same time we've brought this blue-orange piece to the top. So now we could just do the exact same thing as we've been doing earlier. take this, match it up to the orange side, determine where it goes on the right, so put it on the opposite side. Now take this corner piece, put it on the top, up, out, down, and back. So now this corner piece is here. Let's align it to the correct edge piece by rotating the front, and then rotate it back in and rotate the front back down. So now this piece is in the correct position. Now when you've done that, you actually put the other piece back to the top, and you could do it again. So now you got the blue red piece here, and we'll do the same thing. The blue red piece belongs on the right side. Put it to the opposite side, put this corner piece up, align this corner piece to this middle edge piece, bring it back in, and bring the front back down. Okay, so now you've put those pieces that were swapped back in the correct position. Now let's go to the final possibility. You may have the piece that's just in backwards. So it's in the correct position, it's just backwards. So you actually treat this the exact same way as you were doing with the swapped pieces. You will swap this piece out with any yellow piece here, and then you will put the piece back in correctly. So let's do that. Let's take this corner piece, put it back up to the top, bring it out, bring this down, bring this back in. Now let's put this piece, let's swap it in with this piece. So let's align this, so with this middle edge piece, bring it back in, and bring it back down. So now you've brought that yellow piece over here. At the same time, the green-orange piece is over here. So you follow the exact same thing. Now you bring that green-orange piece so it aligns with the center. You know it belongs here on the left side, so bring it to the right side. Bring this corner piece up here, up, away, down, and back. Align this so it matches to the front, and bring this top back in and the front back down. And now you've completed the entire second layer. That is all the different situations that you could run into in solving the second layer. And the great thing is you actually only have to remember how to do those two algorithms, the left and the right, which are mirror images of each other. And if you remember how to do it intuitively, that's even better. So if you forget how to do it intuitively, look at the notation, follow that, and just try to remember what you're doing and why you're doing it. So that concludes the second layer, and I'll see you in the next video.